James McFadden goes out on top. A World of Outlaws regular penalized Roth Motorsports, bringing their second sprint car out. Late model drivers get laps at Eldora, and a whole lot more today. Let's go. It's Monday, September 1st. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily, presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. If you're a Kubota equipment owner now or you plan to be in the future, then you're going to need the myKubota app. It's an essential tool for managing your equipment efficiently and effectively. They've got real-time monitoring, maintenance reminders, diagnostic alerts. myKubota streamlines operations and helps you prevent breakdowns. You can also access helpful Kubota resources such as maintenance schedules and manuals. You can investigate fault codes. You can get help with step-by-step guides and watch video resources to get the most out of your Kubota machine. And if you need parts or service, you can quickly locate the nearest dealer to your current location. Doesn't matter whether you're doing construction, maybe you run a big ag operation, or you use Kubota machines around your house. Take control of your equipment and streamline your workflow today. With myKubota, you can download the app and experience the difference. You can find the app in the Google Play or Apple App Stores. You can click the links below in the video description or scan the QR code on your screen. James McFadden's 2025 season in the U.S. has come to an end, and he went out in pretty grand fashion, sweeping the NARC shows in the return to racing at Calistoga Speedway. He won Saturday, and last night he limped to the finish with a broken front end, just beating Dominic Gordon to the stripe for the win. And then he promptly went into turn one after that and spun out. The Tarlton 21 then having to be towed into victory lane. And I wonder how many drivers would have been capable of guiding that stricken machine all the way back around to the win. McFadden ended up with 29 sprint car starts here in the U.S. this year. He won 6 times with NARC and won the Capitani Classic at Knoxville. He had 4 top 5s and 6 top 10s in 11 high-limit races and 4 additional World of Outlaws starts. I'm sure he'll head back down under and go right back to melting faces down there as the sprint car season gets rolling. All signs are pointing towards Spencer Bayston now taking over the Tarlton machine for the World of Outlaws West Coast swing before Tanner Holmes returns to the car in October. Not the easiest of weekends there at Calistoga, as there were some track issues, which doesn't surprise you after several years away. It also didn't help the proceedings that they scheduled against the Skagit Nationals. Just 19 wing cars on Saturday and 17 last night. The NARC Championship edge has shifted towards DJ Neto with 5 races left to settle it. Last night's USAC CRA winner at Calistoga was Logan Seavey. He went 5th to the win in that Works Limited ride with Paul Silva. Ryan Bernal ended up 2nd after leading the most laps, and Saturday winner JJ Yaley was 3rd. With Ricky Lewis going out early, RJ Johnson has taken over the CRA title fight with just 7 races left there as well. And an interesting NARC note before we move on, Roth Motorsports has announced they will field a car for Cannon McIntosh when the series hits up Placerville on Saturday. A second Roth Motorsports sprint car hasn't been on track since James McFadden departed the team after the 2024 season. There's an obvious connection here with Toyota. Toyota backs McIntosh's midget ride with Keith Kunz Motorsports, and TRD, a major partner with Roth and their current driver, Buddy Kofoid. There have been some quiet rumblings in recent weeks that something was maybe brewing with McIntosh and Roth, including maybe a much larger schedule in 2026. We'll see what actually plays out there, though. Remember, Roth was in a lot of rumors around Ryan Timms and Chase Randall late last year, kind of for 2025, that never really materialized. McIntosh, the current USAC Midget Championship leader, and I can only find a single winged 410 race he's ever attempted. It was a MOA start at Tri-City way back in 2020. He started 19th, finished 18th that night. McIntosh may be getting his feet wet here to try and make a shift towards winged racing. After quite a few years racing midgets, he certainly wouldn't be the last in the line of guys to do that. Besides supporting Roth sprint car entries, we've also seen here this summer that James McFadden ran Toyota Power in that Tarlton machine at scattered races, including this weekend at Calistoga. Switching to the World of Outlaws sprint cars, interesting news coming out yesterday before the series hit the track at Houston Speedway. Following that incident at River City Speedway last week, Sheldon Haudenschild has been fined $500 and placed on probation for the remainder of the 2025 season. The announcement from the Outlaws said, quote, during the feature event at River City Speedway, Haudenschild approached a World of Outlaws official and made inappropriate physical contact with him by grabbing and twisting the official's helmet, which resulted in breaking the official's glasses and cutting his face, unquote. River Cities was the race where Haudenschild was leading and ended up spinning down the backstretch after contact with a lap car. That lap 19 spin saw the NOS 17 end up in the infield, and officials didn't throw a yellow, deeming it out of harm's way. Haudenschild upset about the no call. He approached a series official in the infield to show his displeasure. And in these photos taken by Nick Anderson, you can see Haudenschild leaning into the series safety vehicle, and then the discussion continuing behind the UTV after that. And it seems clear that the inappropriate contact likely occurred during this kind of short sequence of events. This is the same penalty we saw levied to car owner Jason Myers after the Huset's High Bank Nationals back in June for also making physical contact with an official. Haudenschild went on to finish second the next night after leading laps, and he was fourth at Huset's last night. This type of situation has happened to Haudenschild before. If you might remember back to 2022, he was running in a top 10 position at Weed Sport and spun into the infield there. No caution was ever thrown, and Haudenschild eventually threw his helmet onto the racetrack in a moment of frustration, which then did cause a yellow. Later, as the 17 was pushed back to the pits by the team's four-wheeler, a crew member was seen flipping the middle finger to the tower. After last week's issue at River Cities, Haudenschild told Dirt Vision's Connor Wade that changes need to be made. In racing action, Buddy Kofoid made a late move around David Gravel to win last night's Outlaw show at Huset's. Kofoid now up to 10 Outlaw wins on the season, which is a career best for him. Gravel ended up second, Carson Macedo third. The Outlaw trucks now point west with 2 nights at Vado Speedway Park in New Mexico set for Friday and Saturday. Other Sunday open wheel winners included Casey Jedrzak winning with the All-Stars at Wayne County. He went 10th to the win over Brandon Spithaller and Zane DeVault. Jake Blackhurst was an IRA winner at the Hill Raceway. Austin McCarl was a Power Eye winner at Lake Ozark. Chase Dietz topped Ashton Torgerson and Freddie Raymer at Lincoln. No weight issues post-race for Torgerson. Sammy Swindell was a 410 winner at Benton Speedway, and Gavin Miller swept the USAC Midget Weekend with a score at Angel Park. He beat series points leader Cannon McIntosh and Cale Drake in that one. The Midgets are next set for the 4-Crown Weekend at Eldora later this month. I had a small smattering of comments about the Race Saber Nationals at Eagle from this past weekend. Not really much to mention there. The finale was rained out. They will run that finale next year when the event returns to Eagle on that Thursday. At Eldora last night, we had a big field of cars for the Baltes Classic. Clearly a bunch of late model teams taking the opportunity to get laps before the World 100. The split late model features were won by Ricky Thornton Jr. and Kyle Bronson. RTJ was debuting a brand new Longhorn chassis, and other big names in the field last night included Mike Marler, Tyler Brandon Overton, and Jimmy Owens. There were certainly a lot of other guys there as well. A crown jewel at Eldora has thus far eluded Ricky Thornton Jr., but he has won a few prelim shows there. He was 8th at the Dream back in June. He's going to be looking for a lot more this week, especially with the strong run of races he's been on here lately. Jerry Bowersock topped Trent Young and David Stremme in the night's modified main event, and Jordan Conover won the Super Stock feature. Racing gets going for the world at Eldora on Thursday. Other Sunday Dirt Late Model winners included Hudson O'Neill taking the $20,000 Country Roads 100 at Tyler County. He beat Tyler Carpenter and Ryan Montgomery driving Kevin Rumley's 6 car. That was O'Neill's 3rd win of the year with Rumley and the last appearance in the 6 that is listed on O'Neill's schedule. I could see a scenario there where O'Neill would maybe run this car at World Finals in November. That event is not on his schedule right now, but he hasn't missed World Finals since 2021. Ross Robinson was a $10,000 winner at Selinsgrove. This event was originally a fall clash race, but that sanction was dropped. Ryan Gustin won $10K at Moberly. Dylan McCowan took the Comp Cams win at Springfield, and Clay Harris was a Carolina Clash winner at Cherokee. Harris, obviously a regular with Lucas, but he stopped at Cherokee on his way home from the Lernerville weekend. That was his first appearance in a Super Late Model Victory Lane since late in 2023. And in Sunday Short Track Super Series action, Chris Robbie was a winner at Afton Motorsports Park. If you want racing today, there are a number of holiday options, including sprint cars at Port Royal that are actually on track as I write this. It's also day one for the IMCA Super Nationals at Boone Speedway, well over 1,000 entries for that event, and action starts today with several divisions hitting the track. You'll see Northern Sport Mods, Hobby Stocks, and a complete show for late models and modified lights. We'll keep you up to date on event winners all week. These shows and more are on the streaming schedule over at DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's the Daily Show for today. If you've gotten all the way to this point in the episode and you don't already subscribe to the show, maybe consider hitting that button. You can subscribe for free on YouTube and the podcast places, and you can like and follow on Facebook. New shows are posted 5 days a week to those platforms, plus DIRTRACKR.com. Hope you guys have a great Labor Day out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.